cards are coming. Hello. How are you? I'm good. How about yourself? See that. Okay. What's today? Friday? Okay, cool. Now let's go ahead with any questions. Alright, Miss B, you'll be after Namaste. Hello. I don't know who's first, but I can be after Queen B. Alright, no problem. Alright, Miss B, go ahead with any questions. Also, the other deck I'm also going to use first would be this one. I think it already is for her, yeah. Shuffle. Okay. Hey Queen, hello. I'd like to know, how is my Instagram page going to grow as far as popularity? So how is it going to grow? All right. Let's see here. As far as Instagram page going to grow as far as popularity? Like, how is it going to grow as far as popularity is concerned? For stop, please. 2, 3. All right, Six of Wands. All right, so Six of Wands is success, as well as getting attention and seeing these things being lined up. This would just like let me know that you kind of like watch things kind of closely, as well as the other thing yours too is there's like an audience behind here. So it's almost like counting how everything goes, how many views, how many likes you may get. Let's see here, Seven of Wands reverse, Three of Swords, Ace of Swords, and Two of Swords here. I don't know if your content on there is more so of like you're transparent, especially maybe about your feelings. Like you're very, you know, like very upfront and kind of cutthroat with stuff. As well as maybe this is the type of content that you're thinking of introducing. Let's see, Four of Swords reverse, Justice. They're telling you to not like think about things too much. Like things will balance themselves out. Well, balance itself out as far as like popularity is concerned. Yeah, Knight of Wands reverse. Knight of Wands reverse is doing way too much, but this also feels like attracting people almost, is what I would say here. But maybe Knight of Wands reverse would talk about people that are attracted for the wrong reasons. So do be careful about like what you post or whatnot. This would also just talk about people that may like kind of like follow really quickly and then unfollow. This is just more so like things will straighten themselves out. So whoever stays will stay, and whoever leave, they'll leave. That was probably meant to happen. Yeah, Nine of Swords, Ace of Cups. Some Ace of Cups too. The Lovers reverse. Some of the Lovers reverse here. Two of Cups. I don't know if you had couples content on there that went really well. I don't know if there's like anxiety surrounding that type of thing here. This can also talk about like appearing one way but actually feeling another. So yeah, then the Hierophant, maybe something when it comes to like love or family. So overall, like, how will her Instagram page grow as far as popularity is concerned? 2, 3. Knight of Swords could happen pretty fast. Like things may kind of like happen in spurts, attracting different people. And then Ten of Pentacles, it could also bring in some money. So those are the ways I see it going, or growing, should I say here. So there's a need to like, again, like if you're transparent with your audience and, you know, honest about certain stuff, or just very clear, I feel like that'll attract them people. Like, of course, like some people are going to come and go. That's just how content creation is. They're saying like, you know, don't try too hard. Like things will definitely balance themselves out. You'll definitely attract the right people. I do see it going into like some money here. What's at the bottom of the deck? Yeah, the Magician reverse here. The Magician reverse doesn't really like do too much. Excuse me. Eight of Pentacles, Ten of Swords. I see here. It's just more so like just remember that like if you don't put any work towards it, nothing really comes out of it. So that's what I see. Hi, Psionics. What's up? So you still taking people? Yes, I just started. Oh, excuse me. Alright. What's my husband's energy towards me? Like, what life is going to be like living in Miami? That's Devon. D this time then for the like question. Sorry, DoorDash. I'm trying to separate them and try. Okay. Okay. What's life? All right. So second, third, living in Miami. Lucky. Hey, Chris. Also, give me a second. All right. So Sai, you're gonna be after. Okay. No, you're gonna be after Namaste. Alright. Right, and then, alright, Chris, you'll be after Psionics. Let's see. Okay, girl. Alright. So let me, okay, what's your husband? Okay, so this is your second. Okay, your second, third, fourth, fifth. Okay, no problemo. Alright, so his energy towards you, let's see. So what is Miss B's husband's energy towards her currently? What is his current energy toward, honestly, I'm gonna use this deck. Wait, there. I just figured out the issue with this deck. Again, to make my ancestors that will protect me. So, what's Miss B's husband's current energy towards her? What's his current energy towards her? What's his energy towards her at this time? So there's 1, 2, 3. Let's see. The Hierophant reverse. Okay. 2 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands, and then Page of Pentacles reverse. So his energy towards you. Honestly, this is the energy of kind of like giving up and letting things go as they please, per se. Because I do know there's been like some back and forth, and with the 6 of Pentacles, like that talks about how much you're willing to give to a situation. So he sees that you're, you know, doing you right now, and you're not really giving much to things like you used to, especially with this 4 of Wands. So this would talk about marriage and a home. So this is somebody that's like in control here, that does have a say in things. So he feels like you've kind of like backed out in those regards, and you're just focusing on yourself. 4 of Pentacles reverse, 10 of Cups. I would, and the Knight of Swords, I do feel like some regret on his end. Because like he did have a nice family with a 10 of Cups, and then with the Knight of Swords, it's like he had to kind of like, you know, go and fuck it up, like be very impulsive. But 4 of Pentacles is letting it go, letting things go. So paired with that Hierophant, that would just again make it more evident, like kind of like giving up on things, just being like, oh well, you know, the hell of it, I guess. But also knowing that it's his fault. Yeah, Death, Wheel of Fortune, like things are changing to where like an ending is occurring as we speak. Yeah, 7 of Pentacles, and he knows he has nobody to blame but himself, and feels like he should have been more consistent and loyal, rather than like do things behind your back and I don't know, like be impulsive. What's Strength reverse about? 2, 3. Yeah, 2 of Wands. And it's almost like you stop, you know, holding on to it and decide to take a path for yourself. So, that's, I guess, like his current energy towards me. I mean, towards you, I'm sorry. I had to read the thing again. But that's his current energy, like letting things go, but realizing too, like it's his fault. And then kind of like seeing, and maybe having that slight sting of like, she's not really giving a shit, she's doing her own thing. This is my doing. So hey. So that's what I get for that one. Let's see. What's life going to be like living in Miami? Let's see here. Maybe with a different deck. Alright, so my guys and ancestors all over me. So for Miss B, how is life going to be for her? What's going to be like living in Miami? What's life going to be like for her living in Miami? For example, please, 2, 3. I'm not gonna lie, one time I thought about living there myself, but I saw how expensive it was, and I was just like, eh. So what's life gonna be like? So the tower. I mean, first thing that came to mind was culture shock. Miami is known as Cuba. Like, you step in there and you're automatically Cuban in some way, shape, or form. But this can talk about a shocker. This can talk about things that are unexpected. So I'm gonna pull more cards, of course. King of Pentacles. Oh, King of Cups. It's gonna be a bit of a change because you see how people are living. King of Pentacles is somebody that's very stable, especially financially speaking, and then King of Cups is somebody that's controlled in their emotions here. This would talk about, this feels like very masculine. Could talk about a lot of the men, but even some of the women, but the energy there just feels like somewhat structural and already, yeah, structural, controlled, people already having a place there, that type of thing here. It's like kind of like seeing how other people do things there. Temperance. I'm not gonna, and then the High Priestess is not necessarily gonna be a struggle, but it may take some time getting used to, especially after the High Priestess, like maybe having to navigate things with your intuition and finding out new information too. Queen of Cups, 8 of Swords, 6 of Wands. It may even be an environment that you're not completely used to, because 6 of Wands will talk about a lot of success and attention. For example, so one thing I heard on TikTok is this. They're like, if you really think you're attractive, just go to Miami. They're like, if you're like a 10 in one town, you'd be a 6 in Miami or whatnot. Not saying that like it applies to you, no. It's just more so of like, of course, things are done differently there. People have different attitudes. That type of shit. Hey, Natty. Yes, they are. It's just a different world. Oh, that would just be like the culture shock then, not necessarily like seeing other people of different ethnic backgrounds. Like I know you know better. It's just more so like seeing how things are ran there. The Empress, and then the Moon, and then kind of having to, I won't say like you'd struggle to fit in, but you would have to like find your footing, and you will over time, but it may cause you some anxiety. Because it may cause you maybe like change the way that you do things or the way that you live life. Talking about the Moon, 2, 3. 6 of Cups. Yeah, it brings some anxiety because it's different than what you're used to, where you're at, that type of thing. And mind you, Miami, that's where a lot of celebrities and other people go to socialize, buy houses, act like they have money, different shit. So what will life be like? It'll definitely be a change in pace, that type of thing here. Let's see here. Could she adjust quickly? Could she? Herself is 2, 3. 8 of Pentacles. 3 of and then 10 of Swords. Tell me about 10 of Swords. 2, 3. 7 of Cups, and then the Star here. Could you adjust quickly? It's possible. This talks about, putting in a lot of effort to ground yourself and like putting in some teamwork. 10 of Swords would talk about ending or failure, and then 7 of Cups. This would just talk about like either like you feel like you don't fit in, but it doesn't really feel like that. It's just more so like, I'm not getting it. Like, what do I have to do here? Yeah, the Star and the 9 of Pentacles. But I do feel like, yeah, eventually like you do find your footing in doing like what makes you feel confident. And it's really just like, it may take some time to just adjust, honestly. So how will life be like? Again, it'll be a change of pace. Eventually you'll find your footing, you'll ground yourself, but it may take some time. whatnot. Hey, Taylor. So that's what I get. Let's see. All right, so Natty, you'll be after Chris. Oh, I'm not gonna. Let's see. Okay, so now I'm saying I'm up. Not yet. She just has 2 more questions, and then you're up. Let's see. How does Javon feel about me pulling my energy back from him completely for good this time? All right. Guys, ancestors that looked at me. So how does Javon feel about Miss B pulling back her energy like quickly for good this time? How does he feel about this? Please, 2, 3. How does he feel about it? The moon, it brings him anxiety. It makes him, honestly, it does bother him. Yeah, Queen of Wands, because he knows you're pissed and judgment, like, he knows what he did wrong and he's reassessing things here. But with the moon card, he was like, I know, but like, I know what I did, but geez, that type of thing. It really does bother him, or it will bother him. Yeah, 4 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles, and he does feel left out in the cold. Tell me about the 4 of Wands, 2, 3. King of Cups. I also don't know if he has any like prior familial attachments. So I feel like also part of his energy is going towards that, but he still feels bothered by this situation. Talking about Judgment, 2, 3. Yeah, 2 of Swords. That's you making the decision to no longer like reconcile with this person. Overall, how does it make him feel? So please, 2, 3. 5 of Swords, 5 of Cups. It saddens him, and again, it does bother him. It makes him feel slighted. And also, like, it lets him know, like, yeah, I know I should have been fair, or I should have done things right, that type of thing here. But he's also kind of assessing, like, how much of his energy should he really give to this situation, because it's like a big back and forth. Ace of Cups lets me know that he does hope that maybe you come around. Am I 5 of Swords? 2, 3. Yeah, 9 of Wands here. Because he was being a fuckboy, or at least, like, just being off the wall for no reason. So, there's that. And then, will Javon come back around? And if so, for what? Let's see. So, will Javon come back around to Miss B? Will he come back around? Because please, will he? 2, 3. Honestly, by now I feel like, again, the guy's ancestors both to me. Will Javon come back around? Will he? 2, 3. The Tower. Okay. That can talk about something unexpected. 7 of Pentacles. He'll think about it, or he's thinking about it right now, but there's the energy of him kind of like leaving this behind. Page of Pentacles and 7 of Wands. So it's like this, there's a 50% chance that he does, and then there's a 50% chance that maybe he stays defensive about things, and decides not to give things another chance. Yeah, because that's him being in his ego, even though part of him does want to talk to you and maybe offer an apology of some sorts. Like, because of what's going on, there's a thing here about him like being a bit cold, giving you the cold shoulder and staying away and going a different direction. But let me ask, positive card for yes, negative card for no. Will he come back around? Will he come back around? 2, 3, 4. For the time being, no. Why not? 2 cards, 2, 3. The Lovers. 4 of Cups. He feels disappointed by this situation, but there could also be like another connection that he's attached to. Tell me about the Lovers. 2, 3. 2 of Swords. And the other thing here is too is he's not going to come back around to this, because again, he feels like he's like, you've completely blocked him off. And if he does come back around, why? 2, 3. 6 of Wands. To like re-offer something. As well as like he might be in his ego while doing so, so maybe trying to win in the situation, even though, yeah, Nine of Wands and the Fool card, him being stupid still and immature, as well as the Fool lets me know that he thinks that he can come back in if he does, like thinking that he's got it like that. So that's what I get. So in a nutshell, there's a good chance that he does come back around, and if so, maybe like prove you wrong. And there's also a chance that he does not come back around because there could be like a prior attachment, but as well as like just feel like you don't want to be bothered. But that's what I get. All right, now I'm gonna say go ahead with any questions. 2, 3. What are B's feelings towards me now after seeing me this week? He was in my dream last night too. I never think about him and he'll randomly pop up. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Let's see. So what are B's feelings towards Namaste after seeing her this week? What are his feelings towards her after seeing her this week? For Sochitta, 2, 3. I kind of want to pull some of those oracles too. I don't know why, but I do. 3 of Wands. He knows that he'll see you again at some point. 6 of Swords. Yeah, these are both cards of travel. So he knows that he'll see you again. May hope for it. I also get the feeling that he was happy seeing you. We have 5 of Wands. But that talks about like some sort of conflict or tension. I'll see what this is about. Because this can even talk about fighting for a person's attention or fighting against the grain. As you feel, 8 of Swords. Devil. He also might have been like in his head. This can also talk about obsessive thoughts. I don't know if he's like really attracted to you or something happened between the both of y'all. So that being said, why is 5 of Wands here? 2, 3. 7 of Pentacles. He might kind of like fight himself about how much to really invest in you. That's also like giving me the feeling of kind of like watching you almost. Not to say that he's spying on you. But that's like some sort of like underground feelings. But 7 of Pentacles is appearing to be patient. We had hella drama in the past. It was toxic. He's the him. No, that was his fault. That was his fault. That was his fault. Remember, that was his fault. He did that weird shit. I apologize, and we haven't seen each other a few times. He should have apologized because he was being a weirdo. Let's talk about the Devil. 2, 3. 2 of Pentacles. Going back and forth. Well, here's what I will say is this. Even though there was a part of him that was happy to see you, he still kind of like fights, like has some sort of like internal conflict and feelings about the past, but covers it up by trying to appear balanced and patient, even though he may have felt like either he was affected by maybe some sort of confusion or he just kind of like thinks about stuff a lot. He was the one being the creep though. How else did he feel about seeing her? How else cross off these 2, 3? Six of Cups is the past. Ace of Pentacles. Again, I think there's this feeling of like, being elated, like somebody, from your past and having that big opportunity to see them again, but still feels a way about whatever happened. Yeah, but it's gonna try and like control his emotions, but it's almost like, well, I won't forget you did this, blah 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 blah. Like, nigga, you started it. I remember that. He started that shit. What was it? You went over to his house and then he made some sort of weird move or was just being awkward. Either way, to me, it just sounded like he started it. I don't see why you had to apologize, but I mean, hey, if it gets people over the fucking situation, whatever. Overall, it's 7-1, so kind of on guard. Even though he may not necessarily, appear to be that way. He was just a crybaby and a whiny little bitch. That's what I see there. So I'd be a bit careful. What's your second one? Alright, can I get messages from Mer? Michael, not actually Mer. Alright, no problem. Let's see. Where's... Okay, it's right there. What about this thing? Let's... here we go. Messages from Michael. The mama say messages from Michael. The mama say, what does he want her to know? What does he want her to hear? Cards at the top. This cards at the top. This too. Okay. Let's see. Alright, so I keep thinking, what if I had done things differently? So that lines up, you know, perfectly. I still say it's not your problem about what happened. Please shut the fuck up and leave. I'll see what that's about. I treated you badly because I know I'm not good enough for you. Okay. I feel you don't give me... Yeah, I feel you didn't give me a fair chance. You gave me strength, and without you, I feel weak. So you did make him feel confident. I regret what I did to you. Let's see, I have to put here. I plan on walking away from you, which has kind of already happened. Someone encouraged me to let you go. And then my deceitful ways are catching up to me. Well, let's do this one, the obvious. What's with please shut the fuck up and leave? First off, please, what's with that? 2, 3. Wheel of Fortune reverse. The Hangman, Ace of Cups is more so of annoyance. Him feeling annoyed that things didn't go his way, that things were stagnant and he didn't have like a new beginning with you, or didn't get what he wanted. To my Ace of Cups, 2, 3. Yeah, Queen of Swords reverse as well. Queen of Swords reverse can be bitchy and very mouthy or whatnot. I don't know if you're like overly emotional with him at one point, or he just doesn't feel like hearing you complain or hearing your side of things. So that's what I did with that. Let's see here. What other cards do you want me to clarify that you choose? That one came out for Drew too. We aren't talking right now. I pretty much cut him off. It's more so like, I don't want to hear you right now. It's so totally drama queen. Those are pretty straightforward. I'm good. Okay, no problem. Alright, what's your second one? Wait. Okay. Uncle D Hump. That's his last name, Hump. Oh. So let's see. That's not his full last name. Okay. Let me guess it's Humphrey. But let's see. Alright. Pause and part. Alright. Cards to the top, please. Cards to the top, please. Tell me guys, my ancestors will look at me. So many D's. Uh-huh. Alright. Will this particular person come back and try to fix things? And I'll say, will D Hump try to come back and fix things with her? Cards top, please. 2, 3. Will he? Six of Cups is the past, so there's maybe a good chance, because this can talk about the past coming back sometimes. 4 of Cups, Queen of Wands, the Moon, Temperance. It's possible, but I will say is that he still like holds on to maybe like some disappointments and anxieties about the situation, and maybe trying to like emotionally ground himself at the same time. But Temperance is all about making peace. Why is Queen of Wands here? 2, 3. The Chariot. Let's see here. Queen wants the Chariot here. That could talk about like maybe you being fired up about the situation and wanting him to come towards you, or you wanting to go towards him. But again, will he come back and try to fix things? Will he press out these 2, 3? The Devil. 5 of Cups. I'll say he'll be in his head about it sometime. I'll be pissed off if he tries for real. Oh. I'm about to say, because it'll be some time before he actually does. If he does, he'll be in his head about it, because he may be kind of like feeling, you know, like upset. No, if he tries, I'll be a bitch. Okay. I'm about to say, I'm like, why is she there? Why is this Queen of Wands there? That makes sense. I see, because the Devil talks about toxicity, of course. Now, since he said that, I mean, the Moon, Temperance. Maybe you try to be balanced in the situation, but with the Moon card, he kept on bringing in like a lot of confusion and anxiety, or doing things that would provoke anxiety. Let's see, your Judgment and 8 of Wands. He'll think about it. As well as, again, there's a good chance that he does, because Judgment can also talk about reconciliation. I'm heated about the situation. I hate the way that he treated me and made me feel. I see. So again, will he try to come back and fix things? Positive card for yes, negative card for no. 2, 3. For right now, no. Could the energy change up later? Positive card for yes, negative card for no here. He knows he should stay away from some time. Ace of Wands, yes. The Hermit. I'll say this much. He may stay away for some time before making a move, even if he does. Well, if he does. I feel like he'll consider things for a while before making a final decision. So for right now, no. What's your last one? Let's look at this up here. thinking someone else can go. I had it earlier but forgot. All right, no problem. Let's see. Who's next? All right, Psionics, go ahead with any question. He has one, so I'll ask you again after he goes. All right. Hi, Mercedes. Is the list still open? Yes. All right, just in general. All right, give me a second. All right. You guys answer so general reading for Psionics. What do they need to know? What do they need to hear? Because always feel free. Wait, actually, let me do it with this deck. General reading for Psionics. What do they need to know? What do they need to hear? What's it that they need to know? What do they need to hear? Because always 2, 3. Okay, Ace of Pentacles reversed. So that can talk about losing an opportunity or delaying an opportunity here. Oh, honestly, you know, here's what this feels like. This feels like something's coming, but it hasn't hit the ground yet, so I don't know what that is. 3 of Swords. Maybe this is crying over spilt milk or crying over something lost. So that talks about hurt. 7 of Cups. Oh, 7 of Cups reversed, Judgment. 8 of Cups. So general, mind you, I'm gonna pull more cards. Here's what I get. There seems to be something about feeling hurt and frustrated over some sort of loss or something that didn't really pan out the way that you may have wanted it to, but maybe it was like a bit of a blessing in disguise or a lesson. Because 7 of Cups reverse will talk about like, okay, well, now you see things for what they are. Now you're no longer, now there's no longer like this illusion. And it helps you make better decisions in the future, all the while maybe like walking away from a decision that you were hoping to make or something that you were trying to do. Tell me about Ace of Pentacles reverse. 2, 3, tell me about that. 6 of Cups, this may have been in regards to the past, like a past connection or a person or opportunity or maybe some sort of experience or whatnot. This could even be like maybe you just like being upset or still having like some sort of scar over some sort of like big past experience that again, like it didn't do well, but I mean, it was a huge eye opener maybe. You may think back to maybe what could have been or what would have happened if you had to make a particular decision, but still, whatever it is, like however it panned out, maybe it was for the better, I have no idea. It could also be telling you to remember like past experiences or whatnot and not be like fooled by anything. Maybe the need to walk away before going back and forth about whether or not to make up your mind about something is what I should say here. Anything else? Any need to know, need to hear? Go so please, 2, 3. 10 of Wands. That feels like difficulty closing a door or opening a door. Knight of Swords. And then the World. I see here. So Knight of Swords will talk about definitely going after what you want and being very consistent, because the World will talk about opening new doors as well as closing old ones. And then 10 of Wands is here. So it could be encouraging you to go towards what's open freely. That's not hard, and maybe close what's going to bring you, you know, a lot of stress or just it's like too much. Some of the World, 2, 3. Page of Wands. I would talk about new experiences. Ten of Wands here. Two of Cups, and I would talk about connections, but also it feels like juggling, and then Knight, and then King of Swords here. So here's what I get ultimately, as far as the general is concerned. There's a need to remember past lessons about things that may have hurt, because at least like it disillusioned you. It's almost like, well, you know, now you know, that type of thing here, as well as like there may be like new experiences opening up, or they want you to open yourself up to new things and leave behind what may be a bit tough to deal with, or kind of is kind of like overwhelming, as well as like realizing that what's meant for you isn't going to be like hard or unnecessarily challenging, should I say. So yeah, King of Swords, Nine of Cups, like make the decision to do what you want, what's best for you, like to pour into yourself, because Four of Cups, like this is like pouring to other cups rather than into your own. This is also a thing here about like self-care. So do what's best for you, but also like, you know, just remember certain things that you've gone through, and like, okay, well, you know, I learned my lesson. I know what I like and what I don't like, and what I do, what I should do and what I shouldn't do. So that's what I got. All right, Namaste, you got your one question ready? As well as I think I just saw. Okay, see that. Okay, so all right, Mercedes, you'll be after Natty, and then Namaste, your second set's going to be after Mercedes. And with that being said, Namaste, you'll be my last person for your second set, so the list is closed. Thank you. You're welcome. Alright, how does Huz feel about me? Alright, in a second here. I remember you asking me about him a couple days ago. Okay, so let's see here. Oh, excuse me. So how does Huz feel about Namaste currently? How does this person feel about her currently? 2, 3. Oh, now I remember him. Okay. Yep. That one. How does he feel? 5 of Wands. So this is feeling competitive. Honestly, he feels heated towards you, but not in like a negative way. It's just more so like, I want to get to this person. Feeling pretty fired up. Queen of Cups. 8 of Cups here. 10 of Wands and Wheel of Fortune. So this person wants their way with you. Not like that, although it could be like that. But it's like they want what they want. Why is 10 of Wands here? 2, 3. Page of Pentacles. So that, and that lets me know that maybe he's like feeling overwhelmed that certain offers that he's trying to give to you aren't necessarily working. So 8 of Cups, 2, 3. 4 of Swords, and he's contemplating about whether or not to maybe kind of like detach from the situation somewhat. Because here's the whole thing. You come up as Queen of Cups, and Queen of Cups is usually like emotionally receptive and very sweet. And not saying that you haven't been that way towards them, but it's just more so of like, I remember you telling me about this person before, like they're very attracted to you, you know, and basically this person likes to flirt with you, and you guys have playful banter. So it lets me know like, hey, he wants to have a spot and trying to do whatever, and kind of feels overwhelmed that certain attempts haven't necessarily worked, and now he's kind of like contemplating about things. or what else didn't maybe get his way, because it's like, yeah, you do give this person a little bit of attention, but maybe not enough, they feel. I think they want you to fawn over them and fall for whatever. How else is he feeling toward her currently? 2, 3. 4 of Cups, maybe a bit rejected. I haven't texted him back. He knows it's complicated. It's Mer's buddy and his brother has been trying to get at me for 2 years. How's this a player? Yeah, I remember you telling me that. Strength. Oh, and he feels a bit upset and rejected because his tactics aren't working. They usually do, but they're not. And this is like a lot of Leo energy, so I don't know if he gets like a lot of attention or he may have that in his chart. King of Swords, 7 of Cups. It's kind of in his head, but like thinking of like, okay, how do I get her to fall for me? How do I do this, do that? He's sexy, lots of money. Yeah, 6 of Cups, because like the connection. Maybe that's why he's a Scorpio. I see. That makes sense. Well, let me see here. How does he feel about? Well, does he know why you're not really going after him, in the sense of like playing into whatever? Like, you know what he's doing, but if you really wanted to, you could. Let's see here. How does he feel about the current situation at hand? For some, please, 2, 3. Page of Cups. The Hierophant. He cares to a certain extent here, because the Hierophant will talk about familial connections as well as like a certain amount of loyalty. No, he doesn't. I see here. What if he doesn't? How does he feel about it? Like, he still wants to have his fun. About the Hierophant, 2, 3. He's just dangerous to me. 5 of Swords. That's willing to kind of bypass certain stuff. How does he feel? He feels a bit defeated that his tactics, again, aren't working. So how does he, feel towards you? He's getting frustrated, basically. Like, I'm trying to really get to this person, and they're not letting me in. Usually I get my way, and I'm not. And I'm trying to think of ways to, get things to turn in my favor in this situation. He knows me and Mer hooked up. I don't want to homie hop. And you know what? Yes. Total props to you there. I commend that. Especially because, what was it? Didn't Mer almost fight that one dude for texting you? You have so many of these dudes laying claim over you. I think it's entertaining. They're fighting over you. I think you should go to one of those stadiums in Rome or whatnot and have them like do these gladiator fights. And whoever wins gets to have you, or gets to at least continue to talk to you. That'd be entertaining to see. Yes, his brother. Oh Lord. They just can't seem to get enough of you. Yes. All right, so yes, let's do that. Yes. Fight to the death. All right, Chris, go ahead with any questions. And I will say again, so your second set is going to be after Mercedes, so you're going to be my last one. So let me. Hi, hello. May I know Larry's next actions? He told my cousin that he's gonna start popping up to my house. I don't want drama like he pulled last weekend. Thanks, you're welcome. Lord have mercy. You don't want no drama, so don't pull on my hand, boy. You ain't my man, boy. I'm sorry, as soon as I read that last part, that's a song that came up to my house. I mean, that came to my fucking mind. Excuse me. I can already see him pulling up on your Ring camera. As a matter of fact, it was the one who said I loved you first. It was about 8 years ago. There was some dude that did a skit, and he did that, and he was like, I know you told me not to come up here because your husband may be here, but bitch, what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to go home and not have any of that good shit, and then sings that. And then Ray J tried to do that song again, and somebody said he need to take that one wish and get the fuck out. Let's see. As the ancestors have looked at me, so what are Larry's next actions towards Chris currently? What are his next actions going to be towards her currently? 2, 3. So the energy saying Ace of Pentacles. So that's having a big opportunity. That can talk about money. That could talk about something physical. Not to say he's going to put his hands on, you know. Page of Swords. He might say something, or he may take the opportunity to say something or do something kind of sharp. King of Pentacles. His next actions is him trying to put his foot down, like trying to take control of the situation. Judgment. 4 of Wands. This is more so of advice for him, like he needs to kind of like rethink his actions or what he's going to do, because you're home. So I don't know if you have any kids, but this can talk about, like, to me this feels like some sort of family home or whatnot. Tell me about 4 Wands, 2, 3. Where I'm sick of Ray J and that one hit song and his body roll. He does a body roll? Ew. Because Ray J is not even that cute. And you know one thing I've been wondering? I know his sister is Brandy, but I'm like, how the fuck are they related? Because even she gets sick of her brother. And then I have to think maybe one looks like their mom and the other one looks like their dad, or maybe they're half siblings. I don't know. But if they're half siblings, I can see why. I can definitely see why. Let's hear 9 of Wands. He needs to rethink whatever step he's about to take, because whatever he may try could land him into like feeling like exhausted. Yeah, straight dad bod. Ew. I mean, I like dad bods, but just not on him. You know? I'll take anybody else but him. They have the same mom and dad. I gotta look. You know what? Let me go look them up. Let me go look them up. I think it's pretty cool that the both of them have musical talent, but let's look at the Google searches together. Okay, so wait, okay. What the fuck did I just see? All right. That makes sense. Like I said, one looks like the mom, the other one looks like the dad. That makes sense. Okay, she looks like her mom, but he has her eyebrows. He looks like his dad. He's got his nose, his lips, his eyebrows, and she kind of has his eyebrows because there's a bit of an arch. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. That makes sense. Okay. That makes sense. Anyways. Tell me more about his next actions. Cashapp, please, 2, 3. But what I'm seeing here is like he may try to do something. I don't know if it's like, I wouldn't say assert dominance, but like trying to assert control or something like that, whether it's something that he says or does immaturely. But he needs to be careful in doing this because it could land him in more trouble than it does good. Let me see. Wheel of Fortune. This is like trying to get things to turn in his favor. Like that's a new beginning. 9 of Swords. I don't know if it's like to cause you like some sort of anxiety or just knowing that he may try to pop up kind of makes you a bit anxious. 7 of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. But they're telling you that you can really defend yourself pretty well. What's the outcome of him doing this? And 5 of Cups is at the bottom, so he may end up sorry. What's the outcome of him doing this? Cashapp, please, 2, 3. Temperance, Justice, 6 of... I don't know if you can get law enforcement involved. But this is settling things and being very fair and doing things the right way. I don't know if he has to pay back some sort of money or whatnot, or have to realize that he can't just do certain shit. So I wouldn't really worry about it too much. So his next action is he may actually try it, but it's saying that if he does, it's gonna like stress him out, like the outcome, whatever it is. Would law enforcement be involved? One card, two, three. Ace of Wands. Tell me Ace of Wands, two, three. Eight of Pentacles. So Ace of Wands will talk about a heated situation, and then Eight of Pentacles will talk about a lot of work. Positive card for yes, negative card for no. Could law enforcement get involved? Two, three. Page of Wands. If he does something way too immature and tries that shit, yeah. So that's what I get with that. What's your last one? Whew. What is he wanting from me now? Because this is wild. Don't act like you want your marriage now. Well, that's the thing. I think that's what he just wants back. Like, can I have back him? Please? Please let me come back. No, unless he decides to be like one of those dudes from the 90s, holding up a boombox over their head, hoping they don't drop it. Playing Baby Come Back. You could blame it all on me. Almost choked. Let's see. Speaking of which, I think those dudes back then when they did that had some strong arms or whatnot, because that simply just would not be me. You know, that was back in the times when shit was made with real metal, so you had to make sure you ain't drop that shit. Anyway, all right. Protect me. So, okay, what is? I almost said Ray J. What is Larry wanting from this? What is he wanting from her now? What is he wanting from her now? 2, 3. Death. So this is ending things. This is changing things. 4 of Wands. I could say he could want what's his. Maybe he wants control over the situation, and it's kind of leaning towards that, energetically speaking. Does he want? 6 of Swords, 4 of Swords. He may want to move past this situation, or he may want to get his way in this situation here, because the way that things are now, he may have to put in like a lot of effort into his life to uphold things. Something about death. 2, 3. What does he want? The Devil. I think he just wants control or wants to be toxic. Well, what does he want from you? So my 6 of Wands. I'm set from the 6 of Swords. 2, 3. 10 of Pentacles. I don't know if he just wants like, maybe he wants his marriage back. Does he want his marriage back? Positive card for yes, negative card for no. Does he? King of Swords. Does he want it back? For please. 2, 3. The Fool. Knight of Cups. Tell my Knight of Cups. 2, 3. Either he does or he wants to be on good terms. This can also talk about wanting sex sometimes. Again, what does he want from her? Stop, please. What does he want from her? 2, 3. Let's see here. What does he want from her? Nine of Cups. He wants his way. Nine of Swords. Nine. I don't know. It's almost like I wonder. Like he wants control. He wants to have his cake and eat it too. I have no idea. It's like you decided to insert your dick where it didn't belong, and now you want shit. But that's the thing. What was it? There was a woman on TikTok, and I heard her say, she was like, you know, men don't really care until it begins to personally affect them. Let's see. Does he want control of things? Positive card, yes. Negative card, no. Yes. But in like an immature boy way. Does he want sex? Positive card, yes. Negative card, no. Yes. Does he want the marriage back? Positive card, yes. Negative card, no. Here, 2, 3. Yeah, kinda. Excuse me. It almost like he wants his cake, wants to have his cake and eat it too. He doesn't like the way that things are going or whatnot. I think he's passionate about maybe wanting things back, but maybe not in the right way, and not really. Of course, you know, like he's not really respecting boundaries, and he wants things to be done his way, that type of thing, like so he can be in and out. So what does he want from you? Honestly, he just wants control of the situation. He may want certain things back, but like I don't think there's any good intention behind it. So that's what I get. All right, Natty, go ahead with any question. I applied for this job for influencer marketing specialist for a clothing company. They haven't seen my application yet. What are their near future actions towards me regarding my application? All right, good question. Thank you. You're welcome. Let's see. I think that's the Lord Honey. So, as far as Natty is concerned, the company, like the job that she applied for, this company, like what are the near future actions towards her in regards to her application? What are their near future actions going to be towards her in regards to the application? So, let's see here. Eight of Cups reverse flew out. King of Wands, one more. 2, 3. The Emperor. Judgment, Knight of Cups. So honestly, they may kind of like consider you because you do have some qualities that they like. Eight of Cups reverse is kind of like taking a double take, so almost like walking away at first, but then seeing that maybe you might be a good fit because they may feel like you're very confident within yourself, especially like maybe kind of like bold, putting yourself out there. Something about the Emperor, 2, 3. Yeah, Page of Swords. The Emperor, Page of Swords. You may get communication from a male in regards to this. Tell me more. First off, please. 2, 3. Yeah, Page of Wands, 7 of Cups, the Fool. And the other thing here too is I don't know if they were looking for somebody that like didn't have too much experience or somebody that was willing to kind of like, you know, jump in where things are at. So you may catch them off guard depending on like your experience level or maybe what you're wanting to do. Knight of Wands and the Strength card. And again, they may think that you're a good fit per se, but here's the other thing too. So Strength is having an image, of course, and having a lot of confidence, and then you have here this Knight of Wands, that type of thing here. So it's like they already kind of like have a structure in place, and I'm not gonna lie, you may kind of like challenge it or threaten it some. So again, what are their near future actions going to be in regards like regarding her future application? For some please, 2, 3. 7 of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. There may be some pushback, but there could also be like a good opportunity for a job offer moving forward. Let's see. And how many days could these people get back to her? How many days could these people get back to her? One card. How many days? One card. 2, 3. Okay, 2 of Wands. So 1 or 2 could be 1 or 2 days or weeks. That's what I got. Yeah, so that's what I get here. So there is there's a possibility that they do offer you something, that type of thing here, as well as, again, you may kind of like get their attention because of, I won't say that you're pushy or whatnot, but this is also fighting for a position, because this may be a bit of a competitive position that people are applying to. So that's what I get. Mercedes, go ahead with any questions. Okay, thank you. You're welcome. I'm after Mercedes, right? Yes. Also, give me a second here. What blessings are coming towards me? All right. Also, give me a second. Let's see. So I do have this Oracle deck, so I'm gonna use that. Okay, so let's see here. Ancestors that love me. So, what blessings are coming towards Mercedes? What blessings are coming towards her? First, please, 2, 3. All right. So, whom do you need to forgive? As you release old anger or resentment, you will find that your wishes will come true. So, you may find yourself finally letting go of a situation that maybe you haven't been able to kind of like let go of for some time or whatnot. Or somebody may kind of like let you go. So, like, it could be vice versa. So like letting go of old judgments, as well as maybe like kind of coming to some clarity about things and just realizing it's not worth it anymore, or it's not worth your time. Walk away. Yeah, you walk. Yeah, again, like walking away, maybe emotionally, spiritually, energetically, from something that's just a waste of energy. Winter could happen by this winter, or it's something that happened during the winter. Let's see here. Practice, practice, practice. Autumn. And then summer. So what's with practice, practice, practice? 2, 3. Pregnancy. Okay. So this can also be symbolic. Pregnancy is just more so like manifestations that are, kind of like whirling around, waiting to be born, that type of thing here. So practice with this being there. It could talk about like in the future, like if you try for a kid, you'll get pregnant, as well as, let's see, with daily practice, you can polish your skills and talents and increase your confidence here. That can talk about like learning more information about something and maybe kind of like building yourself up, that type of thing. So like kind of like preparation for something here. So if you've been trying to manifest something, and you've been like, like doing the work, things go through. Not pregnancy. Autumn and summer. What's with autumn and summer? 2, 3. Easy does it. And talking about summer. 2, 3. Emotional healing. I see here. All right. Also, by summer, you may feel better about yourself in regards to certain things. And then autumn, so easy does it. Stop trying so hard to control everything, and all the doors will open for you. So this will just go towards your manifestation. So like If you've been manifesting like healing within a situation here, or trying to get a new job or a new car or whatever, all that comes in. Talking about winner, 2, 3. Oh, this isn't, it's not talking about the actual season. This talks about like having a bit of a cold heart, as well as like detaching. So again, if there's been something that was like really bothering you at one point, it's like you just kind of like no longer give a shit about it and you walk away. Um, that type of thing. And maybe it kind of ties into this, like something that you have been going at for some time that you were hoping to, hoping it would like go in your favor, that type of thing here. Like you've been like working on yourself and everything else. Maybe things didn't necessarily pan out, so it's like you finally let it go. Again, that could all be connected. Any other blessings coming towards her? First off, please, 2, 3. Love life, okay. And then birthday. So tell me about love life, 2, 3. Tell me about love life, 2, 3 here. Marriage. Okay, so eventually you meet the person that you marry, or at least like you have like you develop a really good relationship with somebody that you marry eventually. And tell me about birthday, 2, 3. It could happen by your birthday. Spring. I don't know if some of these birthdays in the spring, what is that going towards? Perhaps 2, 3. Your desires within reach, I see here. So maybe by your birthday or by somebody's birthday that could be close by. You could talk about like maybe you completing a cycle finally, as well as like, you know, new things like coming forth, because like spring is when something like is born, like all the flowers bloom, yada yada yada. So around that time is when things begin to look up for you. So that's why I see. It's pretty interesting. What's your last one? No, I'm gonna say, Mercedes just has one more. I'll show my bag. You're fine. Okay, can I get messages from Abe? Yes. Bob, why do I want to? I don't know why, but Bob the Builder, this theme song nearly came up in my head. Some messages from Abe and Mercedes. What does she need to know? What she need to hear? Messages. I see now why you walked away. I know this is somebody that you've been pursuing or talking to. What else? Press up, please. 2, 3. No one will ever understand or love you the way I did. So mind you, whenever you see these messages and they have quotations, this is just more so like them either gaslighting you or like some sort of narcissistic response, or something that like they're trying to like, I don't know, guilt trip you or something like that. My family / friends told me I screwed up with you. Our connection is like a drug, it's toxic. Okay. I want you back. You gotta tell me what happened between y'all if anything did happen. I'm truly sorry and regretful over what I said to you and about you. It's at the bottom. Alright, no other person I've been with or will get with will ever compare to you. I'm trying to be happy for you, but I can't. You gotta tell me what the hell happened. And then, despite whatever prediction is given between you and this person, use common sense. All right, so this one is just more so like this. Even if I were to like predict you two get together or somebody else does, it's just more so like go by like what you actually see. Like if this person's being a piece of shit, regardless of what any prediction may say, because that can talk about like different timelines and whatnot that exist. It's just depending on your choices. You know, use common sense. Like, hey, this person's not giving me the time of day and they're being disrespectful. I need a dip. You know. So let's see. You got again. You got to tell me whatever happened between y'all. What's what I see now while you walked away? Cashapp, please. 2, 3. 5 of Wands. The Star. Disrupting the peace and always holding back, not opening up. He's just been distant lately. I don't know what's been going on with him. He's probably on his period. What's with my friends / family told me I screwed up with you? Cashapp, please. 2, 3. 9 of Swords. 6 of Swords. Strength. I don't know. Maybe he could have like let anxiety kind of push him away because maybe he doesn't have control. I have no idea. It's about Strength. 2, 3. 6 of Cups. Maybe this person being childish. It could also be like a Leo from his past that's told him like maybe like his anxiety kind of stopped things. Let's see here. There's so much, so I'm gonna clarify all this in one go. Since he's been distant, that means some of this may or may not happen. All right, so tell me about all this in one go, please. First one, please. Tell me about all this. 2, 3. The Chariot, 7 of Swords. So there's an element of deception with this person. Yeah, this person kind of like being toxic or a liar or hiding things. And then eventually kind of like seeing that maybe they should have been more consistent and loving towards you. Tell me about the 7 of Swords. 2, 3. 2 of Wands. That can talk about lying about his whereabouts or what direction he's taking. Or lying about like where he wants things to go between the both of you. Talking about the Devil. 2, 3. You have the Moon. And maybe most of this is influenced by fear. What has he really been deceptive about? Persepolis. 2, 3. His past. The Empress. 6 of Wands. Why is the Empress here? 2, 3. King of Pentacles. Talking about 6 of Wands. 2, 3. 2 of Cups. Maybe about like how successful he wants things to be. Or maybe about like another person. Has he been lying about another person? Positive proof yes, negative proof no. 2, 3. No. 5 of Wands. But the Hermit is here. Has he been hiding things about another person? Positive proof yes, negative proof no. Probably. Maybe about feelings towards somebody else. And then the Emperor. So I will say be a bit weary of this person when they kind of decide to be distant. But again, like there's a thing here about like eventually this person having anxiety and maybe some guilt over their actions or lack of action and seeing that they should have been more consistent in giving. Which is why with this one here, what's with this fight, whatever prediction is given between you two, between you and this person, use common sense. Tell me more, please. 2, 3. Yeah, King of Pentacles. King of Wands. Yeah, it's like if I predicted or somebody else could have like predicted or said like, hey, at some point he wants to become stable, do remember how he actually acts. Because King of Wands, again, like that's somebody that's mature, like a mature energy, but King of Wands can also still have a bit of like his playerish, manipulative, narcissistic ways. Yeah, and it's just more so like the need to make a logical decision about like how much this person actually gives to the situation. 3 Cups, 2, 3. Yeah, 8 of Cups here. And maybe the need to kind of like walk away. Like even if something's predicted that he straightens up, in real life, something's not necessarily like matching up here. Oh, why not do what needs to be done? But that's what I get. Alright, now I'm gonna say, go ahead with any question.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Alright. How will C feel when he sees me? Like, how will it go? Okay, I remember this C. I hope he's not crip walking. I'm just kidding. Alright. So, guys, that's the love technique. So, how will C feel when he sees Mama's way? Like, how will things go when this happens? Can I stop this 2-3? How will it go? Wheel of Fortune. So, that does talk about good changes. Things going your way here. Let's see here. How will it go? 8 of Pentacles. 8 of Wands. Talks about things may go smoothly because this does talk about like putting in the effort to really talk and move forward with a person here. This also talks about like at least like trying to change the dynamic of things. Honestly, it seems like the interaction goes good. Like you guys have fun, socialize. I don't know if like you guys are meeting up at like some sort of party or cafe. I have no idea. And the 6 of Pentacles is here, so maybe due to the whole vibe, you decide to be more receptive towards this person and giving as a result. You also may feel like you don't have to put in so much effort with this person that things may flow smoothly. Yeah, King of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles. Honestly, you may feel really stable around this person and secure rather than having to like hold back. Because it feels like he's stable within himself. Also, there's a lot of Pentacles here, so I don't know if there's something about money. Yeah, the World. And you guys may start like a new cycle where things are like more passionate between the both of you. So I don't know if like sex is on the table. And then Queen of Pentacles, I think you feel grounded and good as a result. So I think the interaction goes well. I'm thinking about inviting him tomorrow to an event with my friends. Hey, to each his own. Do what you want to do, boo. But that's what I see. So I don't see anything bad happening. Honestly, things could like go even better. What's your last one? We have the best banter. Good. It's Alright. Love is energy. Awesome. Anyway, what does Huz truly want from me? Let's see. Because Huz may want a hunch. But at the same time, what's the fun in that? Keep him on his toes and they'll be like, man, I can't get you. Well, you like to play around with people. Fuck you, bro. I'm so vengeful. I need to forget about him. I mean, he sounded childish to begin with. So, I mean, look. Anything else that's still to me. So, what does Huz truly want from Namaste? What does he truly want from her? What does he want out of her? For couples 2, 3. Let's see, what does he truly want? Untouchable. Yes. What does he truly want? King of Pentacles is here. So this can talk about, this is giving like control, dominance, but I'm not done yet. What does he truly want? King of Wands. Jesus. He wants to maybe control the situation because, I mean, hey, when you got dudes like that that think that like their dick is supposed to run in every corner and then they don't get what they want, they're like, ugh. But at the same time, I don't see him being pushy about it, at least not right now. Not that I sense like he'll do it later, but King of Pentacles is more grounded and controlled. But King of Wands is more so like somebody having a fire lit under their ass. So being very passionate about things because it's like I always get my way. I feel this, I feel that. But honestly, that's how you kind of make this person want you more. So you're winning. The Hierophant and then the Emperor. What does he truly want? So the Hierophant and the Emperor, I mean, that can talk about wanting a relationship, wanting something stable. But I mean, if this person's a player, again, they may want to have a primary place in your life. Talking about the Hierophant, 2, 3. The Devil. Hierophant, the Devil. Again, he may want to have like a primary place in your life because he is very attracted to you. What does he want out of you? I don't know if he wants you to be like drawn over him because Hierophant is Taurus and you are a Taurus. Again, what does he truly want out of her too? Right? He's pretty smooth and chill. As always, a smooth talker. 2 of Swords, Knight of Wands. He does want something physical and he's thinking of how to get it. Something about 2 of Swords, 2, 3. 5 of Swords. 2 of Swords, 5 of Swords. And he's trying to figure out a way to kind of like bypass certain things so he can get what he wants. So it's more so like this. What does he want? What does he truly want from you? He does want sex, but he also wants a good spot in your life. Now, why does he want a primary spot in her life? First, please, 2, 3. Why? Page of Swords. To a certain extent, this person is immature. 5 of Cups. Ace of Cups. I don't know. They may feel like they have like an emotional opportunity for you, so maybe there are actual feelings there when it comes to him. But talking about 5 of Cups, 2, 3. Queen of Cups. Some Ace of Cups here, 2, 3 here. 2 of Pentacles. I don't know if he thinks he could be like his new girl after maybe somebody else either like let him down or he's disappointed that you're not really emotionally giving into the situation like maybe he's used to. That type of thing here. Okay, what is it that he truly wants? For some please, 2, 3, 2 more. 6 of Swords. The Hangman. And he wants to move past stagnancy and wants things to be clear. True as a fucking heck. Yep, he is. Page of Pentacles. But he may kind of come towards you innocently. Me as his girl. I won't necessarily say you as his girl, but I mean, let's see here. Let me ask. That's a good question. Does he want him? Stop it. Does he want her as his girl? Does Huz want Mama Slay as his girl? Does he? Pause with her yes, maybe her no, does he? High Priestess. So my High Priestess 2, 3. High Priestess and the Hermit talks about something done on the low. Again, does he want her as his girl? Pause with her yes, maybe her no. Yes. Knight of Swords here. He's willing to get it, but the thing is this. This is also somebody that's wanting control and wanting to have a primary spot in your life and still wants something physical, so I'd be very careful. Like one of his girls, I make him look good. Let me see. Does he want her... Wait. Does he want her to be one of his girls? Positive perfect yes, negative perfect no. Does he? Yes. Does he want her to be the main one though? Positive perfect yes, negative perfect no. No. I wouldn't really. Nope. I would just make him chase and beg. Honestly, make him your trick. Is a BB trouble? Make him your trick. Make him your trick. Do that. The other way to screw with his head, it might be a bit dangerous because I mean, if his cousin and then Merv wanted to, or his brother, should I say, like, wanted to fight over you, there's no telling what this one will do. But what I would say is this. Yep, bring me gifts. But what I would say is this: if you do choose to sleep with him, just let it be that. Don't really show too much feeling or anything like that. Kind of like detach, because he's so used to taking control of the situation, detaching, that if you do it, then it's gonna drive him crazy. Better yet, let me ask. Let me ask if you do that. Let me ask what would happen if you did just that. The guy's ancestor looked to me. What if non-slave does just that? Like, acts just as detached as he might after sex or when that. What? What's up, please? 2, 3. Happens if you do that. Ace of Wands, he'd be heated, but maybe more passionate. He'd be heated about your independence, about that, because usually I guess other girls would just like invest right away. He'd be he'd want to fight. Talk about death. 2, 3. 2 of Cups. He'd want to fight, that type of thing, because usually he's in charge of whether or not what goes and what doesn't. What else? 2, 3. King of Pentacles. You would actually stress this person out, and he'd want control. Yes, ass. Yup. I would say though, be careful with him, because I mean, dudes like that means that they more than likely have maybe some heavy narcissistic traits, and there are several types of narcissists, and if he's like a malignant one or covert or both, I wouldn't really fuck with it, because that can get very dangerous. But let's see here. Should she give him a chance? Positive perfect yes, negative perfect no. Should she give him a chance though? 2, 3. If you'd like, Magician is a yes. Yeah, Knight of Wands. Yes, I don't want to piss him off. Yeah. So, but that's why I said like I wouldn't do it, but that would definitely have his head whirling around and maybe teach him a lesson. He's one of my top clients. He gives hella. Yep. Don't touch him then. Maybe have a shot or two, 5-minute convo, and then leave. Be like, where you going? I'm like, I gotta work. What if I paid you more to sit down? How much you talking? I don't think I will. I want to keep a great relationship. Yep. Especially after his crackhead brother and Mirror wanted to fucking fight. Boys. What can you do without him? Allow me, you can do a lot. We always flirt. He's so chill. So, you know what else is chill? Ice. That's chill. That right there is chill. Girl, if you saw him and met him, send me a picture of him. You would melt. He's bad. I'd melt. I don't know. I've melted plenty of times before. I don't think I can melt again. All us girls want him. Really? I was. Lord, what is he? 50 Cent from the candy shop? And I'm not gonna lie, the first time I saw that music video, I was 5. I had no business watching that. But it's what was on the TV. Thanks, baby. You would. And you're welcome. Trust. We won't. Okay, well, I'll see. Because we know he's a play. Exactly. But watch him try to actually marry somebody. He'll want a virgin after he done screwed everything not standing still. It's preposterous. But anyways, thank everybody that came on tonight. Everyone have a good night. Bye.